Hey guys, happy Wednesday. It's your girl London Britt. Welcome to another episode of the Go Get Her podcast, where we focus on healing our inner child and we focus on going after the woman that God created us to be. Like, Go Get Her is just so dope. And my little sister helped me realize that yesterday. Like, of course, it was my vision that God gave me. I love it. But it's like, when somebody else breaks it down for you on how it affects them, and it's a vision that God gave you, and you see how it affects other people, it's just like, yeah, God, you really did your big one with this one. And my little sister was just saying, like, just the statement itself, go get her, is always going to be like encouraging, always going to be inspiring, because it's always constantly telling you and motivating you to go get her. Go after that woman that you aspire to be. Go after that woman that God created you to be. Go get her. And also go get her. That little girl who is still not healed. That little girl who is still broken. That little girl who is still insecure. Whatever age that little girl is, go and get her. So, welcome. And I hope you guys are having an amazing day while you're listening or watching. I hope you're having an amazing day or an amazing night. You might be watching it at nighttime. I don't know. But overall, I hope you are having a amazing day on purpose, with purpose, full of purpose. But let's get into it. So today, I'm going to be talking about putting yourself first. And what I mean by that is, I'll say for me, for example, right? I used to be a people pleaser. That sounds so, like, as I'm saying it out loud, that does not sound good. Like, it's very uncomfortable to even say that out loud, yet to say it for other people to hear, right? But that's what this is all about. But I was a people pleaser. I would definitely abandon myself, make sure everybody else was good and not myself, put myself last and put everybody else first. Yes, yes, yes to you. Yes, yes, yes to you. No to me, right? And I got to a point where I got tired of that. I said, this doesn't feel good. I'm constantly pouring from an empty cup. I'm constantly feeling like nobody's pouring back into me, right? I'm constantly feeling alone. Why do I feel so alone, but I'm helping everybody around me? And that's just the type of person I am. Like, if you're my village, you're my tribe, you're my people, I want to see you good. I want to see you happy. I want peace in your life. I want joy. And if I can help bring that, I'm going to do so, right? But I had to learn boundaries. And that's not always easy, especially with people that you love, right? But I became so empty. Empty. And how can I be beneficial to anybody, friend, partner, my kids now that I'm a mom? How can I be beneficial to anybody if I'm at zero? If I'm depleted, if I'm depressed, if I'm unhappy, how can I be beneficial to anybody? You cannot pour from an empty cup. You just can't. But what you can do is set boundaries. Learn how to say no with love, because I did learn how to say no, but I wasn't always saying no with love. It was a no from bitterness. It was a no from, oh, well, you didn't do this for me when I asked you to do it. You didn't come through for me when I asked you for help, and I was always there for you, so no. It came from bitterness. Yes, I'm going to admit that. But now I'm learning and I'm growing, and I'm learning to say no with love. It's not coming from a harmful place. It's literally, that's going to put me in a position where I don't feel good. That's going to put me in a position where I'm financially not okay. That's going to put me in a bind if I say yes to this. So no. And that's okay. That's okay. It's not that I'm trying to be mean. It's not that I'm like, you know what? I'm done with helping people, because I was at that point, but now I'm not there anymore. It's just, listen, I can't. I can't do it. If I feel that I need to explain myself, then I will. And if I don't need to explain myself, I won't. But it's also important too that we hear God's voice, right? That we're close enough to him that we hear his voice. And when he says, take the L with this one, I need you to do this. Because even though we might feel like, no, he might give you a sign. Yeah, I need you to do this one. This one time, I do need you to do this. I know you want to say no, but I need you to say yes to this. And we might not understand the reason why, but we just have to trust his plan on why he wants it to be a yes and not a no. Right? So that's another thing too. This walk of healing and learning God and learning how to build a relationship with him, a true, genuine relationship with him, is not easy. It's a lot. It's all denying yourself, denying your flesh, denying what you're used to, denying what makes you comfortable. It's tough, right? But he deserves it. He deserves that much. God paid the ultimate price of sacrifice by sacrificing his one and only son for our freedom. So we can learn to deny ourselves one day at a time. It's not going to be easy, but we can try. He sees our effort, and that's what really matters. He sees our effort, and he knows our heart posture, right? But anyways, back onto the topic. It's important for you to set boundaries. It's important for you to put yourself first. It's important for you to learn how to say yes to you and yes to God. Yes, God, I hear you. That's not really what I want to do, but I hear you. If I'm tired and I know if I take this drive to drop somebody home, me personally, sometimes I used to fall asleep driving. If I know I'm at that point where I'm that tired and someone's asking me for a ride home and they don't live that close to me, I now have to say, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm too tired. I cannot do that for you because I may be risking your life and mine. I may get you to your destination, but I may not make it to mine because I know myself and I am tired. And guess what? That is okay because it's coming from a place of love for myself and for you. Old Brittany definitely would have been like, yeah, I got you. Let's go. Tired and all, probably dozing off while driving and risking it all. And it's not worth it. I promise you, it's not worth it. It is not worth. This is just an example, but putting people first and trying to please people, it's not worth what it's going to do to you. And I'll share a few things on what it will do if you continue. Sorry, guys. If you continue to go down that road, you're going to feel alone. You're going to feel lonely because you're doing so much. You're trying to be such a superhero for everybody wearing your cape that you're not there for yourself. And if you have the right people in your circle, they will be pouring back into you. But if you don't have the right people in your circle and you don't have the right people around you, they're not going to be pouring back into you. They're not. So you're constantly going to be pouring from an empty cup. You're going to feel like you're doing the most. You're going to feel like when you need help, nobody's there for you. Or you might be that person that don't even ask for help when you really need it. Because I was that person too. I know they don't really got it like that. And I'm not even going to bother to ask. I know they don't got it like that. And I just don't want to bother them. You might be that person that just doesn't want to ask, that doesn't want to take that step to ask, that doesn't want to get uncomfortable to ask for help, right? But you might be that person where you literally just know that they're not going to help you. I know they're not going to help me, so I'm not even going to ask. I know it's going to be a no. I know it's going to be an excuse, so I'm not even going to ask, right? And that could be assumptions as well. That's a whole nother conversation for another episode, y'all. But you might be either one of those people, and it gets to a point where you get in your head and you're like, I'm good. I don't need anybody. I'm good. And then what do you start doing? You start secluding yourself. You start moving different. You start acting different. You start cutting people off. It's a whole spiral of events that this leads to because you get in your head. It's a whole spiral of events. Stay with me because I'm going somewhere. It's a whole spiral of events that it leads to because the enemy got in your head, because you didn't set boundaries, because you didn't take accountability of how you played a role in this, right? So you start moving different because you're feeling like, oh, I do for everybody and nobody does for me. So you start cutting people off, or you stop going out when everybody's going out. Nah, I'm good. I'm not going to go. I'm good. I'm going to stay home. Less calls, less sex. And when you aren't reaching out, they're not reaching out. So then you're like, were we good at all? Were we friends? Were you really like my peoples? Like, you start thinking about so much. And that's where friendships end. That's where relationships end. That's where arguments start to happen because nobody's communicating. And that's why I say you have to take accountability in your role because you didn't communicate how you felt. London Brit is learning how to communicate how she feels. You are going to start learning how to communicate how you feel. Even if you feel like they might not take it the right way, if you are coming from a place of love, if you are coming from a place of just trying to get things off your chest, and it's all about the tone, it's all about the tone. If you're not coming at them crazy and they take it away, then that's on them. You did your part. You pray about it. Listen, God, I'm about to have this conversation with X, Y, and Z. I don't want us to go left. Please let it be less of me and more of you. Things that I want to say, remove it before it leaves my tongue and let it be what you want to say. Pray about it before you have these conversations. Because when you think about positive outcomes, you will have positive outcomes. But if you think about negative outcomes, that's what's going to happen. So, God, I want to have this conversation. I don't really know how to start this conversation. I really don't know how to go about this. Please help me with this. He's going to answer you. He's going to give you a sign. That's why it's important for us to stay close to him so we can see the signs, so we can hear him when he's trying to tell us things. But it's important to communicate and set those boundaries. Hey, listen, I felt the way about this. I stopped reaching out. I noticed when I stopped reaching out, you weren't reaching out to me. You weren't checking in on me. If it was the other way around, I would be checking in on you to make sure you're good. Like, have those conversations because you never know what you may find out from those conversations. Because remember, perspective. You may see things one way. They may see things a totally different way. But when you guys talk and you have that foundation of open communication, the relationship can be mended. The friendship can be mended, whatever it is, it can be mended when there's communication involved and when God is in the center of it. You included God in it. God is in it all because you said to him, God, less of me, more of you. So when you're having that conversation, you're not blacking, you don't have an attitude, and you may. Listen, he's working on us. We ain't all there yet. You may, but it will get better. It will get easier. It will. Trust me. I used to be instantly attack mode. You made me feel away. I'm coming at you. Blah, 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 blah. I'm pressing you. Like, yo, what's really good with you? Like, you moving funny. That was me. That was me. I'm learning. You can't fight fire with fire. You can't fight fire with fire. So if I'm coming at somebody like that, 9 times out of 10, they coming at me even harder, probably, you know? So it's just important to communicate with your people. And like I said, you may have people that will pour into you, and you may have people that will not. But you have to learn discernment. Pray about it, and God will separate those who are not supposed to be in your village or your tribe or your circle, whatever you call it. God will show you, because He's been removing people out of my life, baby. People that I thought was going to be rocking with me till the wheels fall off, okay? But when you pray, you better know He's going to answer your prayers. I said to Him, God, remove anybody who's not supposed to be on this walk with me, who's not supposed to be on this journey with me, who doesn't genuinely have love for me, who doesn't want to see me grow, who doesn't want to see me elevate. Remove them. Remove them. And a lot of people have been removed within this last year of my life. A lot of people. And it hurts. It hurts. But it's what I prayed for, right? So He sees things that we don't. He sees everything. He knows His plan. So things that we may not see, and we're like, dang, you removed that one for real? He's like, yeah, because I know what's about to come in 2 months. And that person's not supposed to be there with you. So I'm going to get you to the point where you're learning how to trust me. I'm going to get you to a point where you're getting so disgusted with people's actions that you don't even want to try to keep mending the relationship, because He's not forceful. He'll let us do it, you know. People pleaser. I want to please. I want to make sure you're good. I want to make sure we're good. Whatever I got to do to mend this relationship. And He's like, yeah, you keep doing that. And they keep showing you why you need to stop doing that. So He will get you disgusted with people's actions. He'll allow a situation to happen where you're like, wake up call. Okay. All right, God, I hear you. I hear you. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, guys. It's tough. It's not easy work, but it's important for us to do the work. If we want to free ourselves from, childhood trauma, lack of confidence, anything that you're struggling with, things that we put in the back of our head and we try to forget about it. But as soon as we're triggered, those same emotions come back, and we're starting from point one. And we got to heal all over again. So instead of trying to forget, guys, let's get free. Let's give it to God, because He will take it on. He will take on all our burdens. And as you get close to Him and you keep giving it to Him, you will feel so much lighter. I feel so much lighter with things in my life nowadays, because I'm chopping it up with Him. I'm like, yo, you got to take this, because I don't know what to do at this point. You got to take this. I can't do it no more. I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of feeling alone. I'm tired of feeling so frustrated and confused. Give me clarity on these situations that keep reoccurring in my life. I'm tired. I talk to Him just like this, just like how I talk to you guys, But yeah, it's tough, but we have each other. We're doing the work together, and that's what it's all about. Going to get her takes work, but it's worth it. The work is worth it. And we are winners. We don't lose, we learn. We don't take losses, we take lessons. We learn lessons. God allows situations in our life for us to learn, for us to take our notes, and for us to apply it to our lives in every single season of our lives. It's important to take notes. because the enemy is definitely taking notes. He studies us like clockwork. Oh, yeah, I know this is a trigger for her. Let me spin the block. But if we didn't take notes on when this happened last week and it's reoccurring again, we don't know that the enemy is playing games. Some things in my life right now, I'm like, you're getting super predictable. You're getting super predictable. Like, at this point, really? Really? And some things, I'm like, whoa, I ain't see that coming. I'm learning to take notes. So we got to take our notes. We got to hold ourselves accountable. We have to create boundaries because you are an amazing, beautiful, intelligent queen. You are no longer a people pleaser. You are no longer putting others first. You're putting yourself first and you're putting God first. You're learning how to say no with love. You're learning how to communicate. You're learning how to stop assuming and talk. Ask questions. You're learning how to not seclude yourself because you already feel lonely. So why not just stay to myself? No, God doesn't want that. God doesn't want that. He doesn't want us to feel lonely and be to ourselves. Trust me, I be going through that too. Like, I'm good off everybody. I'm just stay to myself, me and my man, my kid. No, God doesn't want that. Yes, I love my family, my precious kids. They're my life. I have an amazing tribe and village, but I need to learn to lean on Him. Yes, them too, but Him first. So if you don't take anything away from this episode, take that. We need to learn on Him. Her that we're going to get, oh yeah, she leans on Him for everything, okay? She don't stress. She got peace. She got joy. She got happiness. She got everything that she prayed for. She's chilling, okay? She's chilling. I can't wait to get to that point because I ain't there yet, and that's okay. And her, the little you, she wants to be happy. She wants to feel like, okay, wow, we're getting somewhere. We're doing something, you know? So think about that. When the hard times come, when you got to be accountable, hold yourself accountable, think about the little girl, whatever age that is that you're trying to heal. Think about her and think about her, who God created you to be, who that little girl grows up to be. Think about that when it gets hard and when it gets tough. And I'm pretty sure it'll make you push even harder. It'll motivate you to keep going when you want to give up. It's tough, but we can do it. We can do it. But I'm going to end on that, guys. I love you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. And yeah, I'm going to end it there. But yes, have a great week on purpose. Don't focus on the distractions because they are going to come. That's just life. That's what the enemy does. He likes to play with us, but don't let him play in your face. You are that girl, period. But I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.